China's infrastructure capacity is very strong, which is recognized by the world, but it is so strong that it used garbage to build highways, which is beyond the expectations of many people. So after learning of China's pioneering work, the whole world was shocked. Even the Europeans who had used garbage to build houses were stunned. What was going on? Let's take a closer look in this video. In recent years, China has developed rapidly, its status in the world has gradually improved, and it has achieved good results in all aspects. Especially in terms of infrastructure construction, China has also won a resounding title, Infrastructure Maniac, internationally. The so-called infrastructure madman refers to the overlord who dominates in infrastructure construction. In fact, this title is not an exaggerated compliment, but China really deserves this title. Take our common highways as an example. By the end of 2022, China's highway mileage reached 5.3548 million kilometers, and the expressway mileage reached 177,300 kilometers. The scale of road network ranked first in the world. China's highways now cross provinces and cities and connect the world, becoming a resounding Chinese business card. But among the many roads, there is one that is the most special. It is a highway built with 6 million tons of garbage, with a total length of 122 kilometers. After the construction was completed, it has attracted praise from various countries to follow suit. What kind of road is this, and why is it built with garbage? We usually call useless things garbage, and for different classifications of these garbage, we usually use landfill or incineration to dispose of them, but these treatments also need to pay a price. For example, when burning garbage, it will inevitably produce some greenhouse gases, and when burying garbage, it will take up a lot of land resources. Therefore, since the new century, how to deal with garbage has become a problem that is increasingly troubled by countries all over the world. For all kinds of waste, while using the above two waste disposal methods, countries are also studying how to make this process more efficient. For example, Japan used to burn waste to generate electricity, and Europe also used abandoned construction waste to build buildings. But power generation is essentially incineration, and the buildings made from garbage are really ugly. So in short, countries have done little to deal with waste. At this time we have to mention China. At present, China has established a complete garbage disposal system and is still promoting garbage classification. However, among the huge categories, there are actually many types that are difficult to deal with, such as cement fragments produced by construction, waste tires, etc. Some people say that garbage is a resource that is misplaced. If it is used reasonably, it can be of great value. And China is using practical actions to practice all this, and using garbage to build roads is one of the best examples. For example, in the past few years, many old houses were demolished in China, and a large number of buildings were knocked down, resulting in a large amount of construction waste. In the past, the only way to deal with these wastes was landfill. But landfills not only take up a lot of land, but also affect the utilization rate of the land, because these bricks and cement blocks will not degrade, so they will remain in place even after hundreds of years. But if these bricks and cement blocks are crushed, they are very good roadbed materials. After all, road paving in many places now requires gravel to be purchased from a distance. So these construction wastes can be directly used as raw materials. Not only that, in fact, in recent years, with the continuous increase of private car ownership, car tires need to be replaced every 2 years, which also produces a large number of waste tires. These rubber products are very difficult to handle and cannot be solved by burning, and the huge volume is not convenient for landfill. However, in the process of road construction, asphalt pavement will be laid in many places to turn the tires into granules, which can be mixed into asphalt and directly become the material for paving the road. In fact, there are similar methods in foreign countries. For example, the United States arranges complete tires on the roadbed in order, and then covers these tires with asphalt, thereby greatly improving the lifespan and carrying capacity of the road. China's approach actually has the same effect. A few years ago, China proposed a plan to build a highway with construction waste and use tires through technological innovation, and finally successfully put it into practice, using 600 tons of garbage to build about 120 kilometers of Xixian North Ring Road in Shaanxi province. This move not only saved nearly 3,000 mu of land resources, but also saved China 32,000 tons of coal and 170,000 tons of limestone, reducing at least 40 million cubic meters of carbon dioxide emissions. It protects the environment while reducing resource consumption. Isn't this in line with China's sustainable development strategy? More importantly, the successful construction of this expressway is undoubtedly a milestone in China's waste disposal business, and it can provide reference experience for countries around the world in this regard. So how exactly did China turn waste into treasure? For a long time before the completion of the Xixian North Ring Highway in Shaanxi, local transit vehicles often had to detour to the highway around the city when passing by. Some large trucks had to pass through the main urban area, which can be said to be quite inconvenient. In order to solve this problem, the government of Shaanxi province in China put the plan of building the North Ring Highway on the agenda. When it was determined to build this highway, how to build it becomes a problem. At this time, Chinese experts put forward a pioneering idea, which was to use the surrounding 600 tons of construction waste as filling materials, that was, as the cornerstone of the entire highway. Theoretically, it was indeed feasible, but there were still many difficulties to overcome in order to use these construction wastes to build highways. First of all, the shape of these construction wastes was not flat at that time. Many of them were huge, and they looked even more strange. This is the main reason why the houses built with construction waste in Europe were so ugly. Secondly, the viscosity of the construction waste itself was not enough, so it was difficult to effectively use it as a filler. Putting large-scale construction waste into use can easily cause water seepage and even cause damage to the roadbed, greatly reducing the life of the road. Without solving these problems, the idea of using garbage as the cornerstone of highway construction will remain on paper. In order to overcome this difficulty, Chinese experts have devoted themselves to day-to-day research and finally found relevant countermeasures. In response to the problem of strange shape of garbage, the engineering team took the lead in several rounds of screening of the garbage that needed to be used, and after removing the garbage that could not be used by using the method of filling sand and inserting, the remaining construction waste was crushed to ensure that its particle diameter was below 15 centimeters. Since the structure of the expressway itself is filled with gravel and a layer of asphalt, the construction waste can be used as gravel at that time, especially when experts deliberately control each layer of paving within the range of 25 to 30 centimeters. Within the circumstances. After solving the bulk problem of construction waste, the next thing the staff have to face is the problem of insufficient adhesion. Whether the construction waste used as a filler can be bonded will have a related impact on the compressive resistance of the road. Fortunately, these problems did not bother everyone. After some experiments, they finally found that as long as 1.5% cement was added to the construction waste fragments, it was enough to ensure the adhesion. Finally, the Chinese experts have to face the problem of water penetration. The original idea was to lay a layer of waterproof geotextiles on the bottom layer of the road, but they soon discovered that the experimental results were not ideal. After some tests, they realized that a layer of waterproof geotextile was difficult to solve the problem, and a layer of waterproof geotextile was also added to the middle layer of construction waste, which reached the final qualification standard. These questions do not seem difficult to us afterwards, but the experts and staff have tried many failed attempts without the correct answer, but fortunately they finally solved the problem. And they later found through experiments that this construction waste recycling application technology is far better than imagined. The construction waste they filled under the asphalt turned out to be better than ordinary fillers, which is undoubtedly a remarkable pioneering work. The Xixian North Ring Highway was officially opened to traffic on December 8, 2015, and in the following years, this section of the road has successfully passed the test of time and vehicles, and no traffic accident has been caused by any section of the road. We have to be amazed by it. Due to the excellence of this technology, the Ministry of Transport of China once listed it as a National Ecological and Environmental Protection Demonstration Project in recognition. Turning everyone's discarded garbage into valuable filling materials undoubtedly proves another progress in China's infrastructure construction. We believe that more and more Xixian North Ring Road will be built in the future, and we also believe that China will go further and further in the application of waste, will be built in the future, and we also believe that China will go further and further in the application of waste. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. See you next time.